Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Create from Scratch video. Today I want to show you how I built this super easy slatted bench from scratch. It can be done in just one weekend. It's a very easy project that only requires minimal tools. For this project, I bought 8 1x2 select pine boards. And I took my time to find the straightest boards because it would make the gluing up much more easier, but also help keep everything in square. I'm going to be cutting 3 different lengths here. The slats are 24 inches long, and the side pieces are made up of 2 pieces. One is 18 inches and the other is 6.5 inches. So I just used my carpenter square as a stop block to ensure accurate and consistent cuts. I'll have a cut list and a Sketchup file you can download in the description below. The good thing about this design is you have the flexibility to decide how long or how wide you want this bench to be. In my case, the bench is 24 inches long and 9 slats wide. I have made quite a few slatted benches before, and from experience I have learned that it is always better to stain and sand before gluing it up together. Because once put together, it can be really hard to sand and stain every corner. In this case, I'm only staining one of the side pieces and keeping the rest the natural color of the wood. Again, something else that I've learned from experience is that it's always better to dry assemble before screwing and gluing. So here I am dry assembling the first few pieces to see how everything will go together and also how the assembly process will go. Once I had the first few pieces together, it was a fairly straightforward, repetitive process. I experimented with using screws for added strength on the first few pieces, but then decided to only go with glue and brad nails. After the top bench seat was assembled, I put the bottom slats in. I just used glue here to hold things together, and instead of clamping down the pieces, I used some weights to provide pressure to the connecting pieces, and it worked out very well. After everything was put together, it was time to cover up the holes the brad nails left behind. I'll leave a link to the wood filler I used in the description below. Sanding was a little tricky. I couldn't really use my orbital sander in the tight spots, so I did everything by hand. I only sanded with 120 grit sandpaper because I was going to use lacquer to finish the project. I also did some final touch-ups in areas that I had missed or over sanded. Because of the slats in the project, I used lacquer to finish it off. It was easy to spray on, and also because lacquer dries really fast, so I was able to put on multiple coats in one day. The bench came out absolutely amazing. It's a very easy DIY project that you can tackle in one day. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and if not, I'll see you next week.